Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got quite a few things to go over. We have new details about the Indigo Disk DLC paired with a new gameplay image to take a look at, and also the latest Nintendo Switch 2 leaks to go over as well. Plenty of things to take a look at and break down today though, so if you're excited for the video, as always, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes, it really helps out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new for daily Pokemon content. Ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, this is the first thing that we're going to be taking a look at for today's video. It was posted by Pokemon Breaking News on their Twitter account. It is basically a game screen of the Indigo Disk. It's been released, and there's actually some new details in this as well. So, we have them here saying, information, the game screen for AI No Disk, so I'm assuming that's Indigo Disk, it's just been translated badly because I believe it is a Japanese Twitter account, has been released, the backside of the DLC integrated pre-order package version. We also confirmed the structure indicated by the arrow and what appears to be a crystal reflected in the trailer. The distribution date has not been determined. So we have Pokestutami kind of breaking this down and translating it and stuff like that. So she's over here saying, new image from the pre-order packaging of the DLC incorporated pack. So I believe that this is a new image here. I don't think this is new. I'm pretty sure this was seen in one of the trailers, just in one of the cutscenes. But I'm pretty sure this is a new image showing these like new crystallized kind of things here. Now, in the picture, we can see what happens to be crystals, which obviously is this bit here, which the bottom arrow is pointing to, as well as a structure which was seen in the trailers, which is this structure here. So these kind of like block sort of things. They look like building blocks, like someone's been having a great time with Lego or something. And it's now confirmed to be called a terrarium dome. So these blocks are actually called terrarium domes. They are clearly somewhat important for the story. I mean, they pop up all over the place, but yeah, they are called terrarium domes. So I'm assuming that's going to be something to do with maybe certain specific Pokemon can only spawn there, like maybe the starters or something. We know that there are going to be missions in the Indigo Disk, so potentially the missions are to kind of maybe activate the terrarium domes or help build the terrarium domes, and that allows certain Pokemon to appear. Maybe that's how certain Pokemon like starters and stuff appear in the wild, in the whole biodome situation. So yeah, the new information obviously is terrarium dome, and then we have this new image here. I'm pretty sure it's a new image. I can't remember seeing this anywhere, but we have here like some crystallized things in the background. Now I'm assuming this is going to be related to Area Zero, just like the crystallized pool is related to Area Zero in the Teal Mask. When you go there, obviously the Area Zero kind of music starts playing. Briar is there, Glimora is there, Glimit's there, like loads of references to Area Zero and terrestrialization are in this pool. As well as that, we literally have Terrapagos in the pool, like with the crystallized rocks literally make Terrapagos. So it's clearly massive hints towards Area Zero, Terrapagos and stuff like that. And I'm assuming that is what allows us to terrestrialize in the Teal Mask as well, because you got to remember that terrestrialization is only available in Paldea. So there has to be some sort of power allowing Pokemon to terrestrialize in these different locations. Like obviously Kitakami is based in Japan, Unova based in America, which is where the Blueberry Academy is, and I'm assuming we're going to be able to terrestrialize there as well. So I'm guessing that these crystallized things are what allows us to kind of terrestrialize and stuff like that. But yeah, hopefully it's not long until we actually get a new trailer. Obviously I'm recording this before any trailer has been announced and stuff, but yeah, hopefully we do get something soon, and we just get some new information, because like I say, I still think it's going to come out in December, could come out in November, I'm not sure, but I'm still kind of putting my money on December just because of the regulation stuff. But either way, finally a little bit of new information, I'm guessing about the Indigo Disk. I mean, Terrarium Dome, you know, that's what it's called. But either way, that's that. Moving on, we also have a little bit more information about Diplin's evolution. We covered it in a few videos ago, where the typing of the Diplin evolution looks to be Bug Dragon, and this is another hint that was posted by Light, saying more hints that Pokemon has left for the new evolution of Diplin. We can find an Applin in Apple Hills that has the Terra Bug type. Is this a final confirmation that the evolution will have the Bug Dragon type? So yeah, this Applin in the fields when you battle it is actually Terra Bug, which it's got no reason to be really. So yeah, it's quite a big hint, I'm assuming, to the final evolution of Applin. In this kind of branched evolution, which hopefully we will be seeing in the Indigo Disk, which again could have 7 heads, like a Hydra situation, something like that. But anyway, that's all the Indigo Disk DLC stuff I wanted to go over. Next up, we have all of the leaks kind of, and new leaks as well, posted in this kind of article here on Polygon, basically going over the Nintendo Switch 2. So everything we know about the Switch 2, Nintendo's next-gen console. In the absence of official details, the successor to the popular handheld hybrid is taking shape. So that's just the introduction, stuff like that. So what is the latest Switch 2 news? So in an interview with Nikkei, as reported by VGC, Nintendo president Furukawa has laid out the Switch's future in a way that strongly supports the release of a successor console in Nintendo's next fiscal year, so between April 2024 and March 2025. They also reiterated something he said before, that Nintendo will remain focused on the Switch until the end of its current fiscal year in March 2024. He then added a new detail, which is that Nintendo would continue to support the Switch with new games through the following fiscal year until March 2025. This shift from focus to support for the Switch implies that a new console will launch in Nintendo's 2024-25 fiscal year, which tallies with what we've already heard. See the release date section below. So, will Nintendo's next-gen console be called the Switch 2? Regarding its name, the answer is that we just don't know. It's worth noting that Nintendo has never before named its consoles in numerical sequence. Because obviously we've had like the PS1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Xbox. Well, I mean, Xbox has still, I guess, done numbers, but not in the sense they've gone from like Xbox 360 to Xbox One, whatever. But they were direct follow-ups to previous generations, such as Super Nintendo Entertainment System, Game Boy Advance, 3DS, Super Nintendo Switch, or Super Switch. Has a certain ring to it, if you ask us, but for now, Switch 2 is a serviceable shorthand, and what we'll use in this article. So, will Switch 2 be a hybrid handheld console like the Switch? The answer here appears to be yes. Recent reporting by VGC, citing multiple sources after dev kits arrived at partner studios, said that the console would be able to be used in portable mode similar to the Nintendo Switch. There's no word yet on whether the console will feature detachable Joy-Con controllers like the Switch, or whether it will be a handheld-only variant like the Switch Lite, but early signs are that Nintendo is keen to follow closely in the footsteps of the 120 million plus selling Switch, which there's no reason to go away from it. It works, they know it's going to do well, and so all they have to do really is make a more powerful Switch. Obviously, it'll be nice to have a few other things as well implemented into it, because obviously it's a brand new console, but at the same time, the Switch works well. Like, they just need to make a better version of that. So what is Nintendo Switch 2's release date? So they haven't indicated the Switch 2 will be released, but we have a few clues. So VGC's source said the console was planned to debut in the second half of 2024, so sometime between the start of July and the end of December, which doesn't mean that we're not going to get an announcement soon. Like, they could announce it like soon and then obviously drop it then. Like, it's not like it has to get announced and then a couple months later it gets dropped. So hopefully we do get an announcement soon. I think we are expecting a Nintendo Direct in February. I think we usually get one around February, because we always get like a Presents and a Nintendo Direct at the start of the year, and obviously the Pokemon Presents is in February because of Pokemon Day. So if that was the case, they could announce it in February and then drop it in like July or something like that. This fits with what we know about declining Switch sales, the stage Nintendo is at in development of the new console, and the release schedule for Switch games. Nintendo has previously ruled out releasing a new console before the end of March 2024, and it now has Switch games scheduled through summer 2024. The latest release on the current schedule is Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, which has been given summer 2024 slot. It's also worth noting that the recently announced remake of Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door doesn't have a more precise release date than 2024. All signs point to hardware release in fall 2024, with Nintendo reportedly hoping to stockpile enough consoles to avoid shortages during the holiday shopping season. So will Switch 2 be backwards compatible, which is obviously a massive thing. So this is the big question, with many users hoping or outright expecting to carry forward their game libraries to Nintendo's next console, as has become the norm with the latest generations of Xbox and PlayStation consoles. The answer remains unknown, and it's not easy to predict either. VGC's report said that the backward compatibility of the machine remains unclear. Some third-party publishers were said to be worried about the potential impact on sales of next-gen titles if the machine is backwards compatible. For its part, Nintendo has, in a rare on-the-record comment, said it will hope to bring Switch users over to the new platform with their Nintendo accounts. The Nintendo account system persists. That would, in theory, make it easy for users to access previous purchases, but that's not the same thing as the console being technically capable of it. So Nintendo has a decent, if not flawless, record for supporting backwards compatibility. Wii played GameCube games, Wii U played Wii games, Game Boy Advance was backwards compatible with the Game Boy, and 3DS with DS. So there's been a lot of backwards compatibility in the past with previous consoles. But the Switch, with its new game cartridge format, enforced a clean break with the past, and Nintendo has made a mint form re-releasing Wii U games on the machine, particularly the 55 million selling Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. On balance, as long as the machine uses the same format for physical releases, see below, Nintendo's records suggest that it will make the Switch 2 backwards compatible. However, there remains technical hurdles to implementing backwards compatibility, and much will depend on the chip architecture. Nintendo has chosen the Switch 2, which is not currently known. So, will it be digital only, or will games be sold on cartridge or disc? Of all the console manufacturers, Nintendo ties to the retail industry are perhaps the strongest, stronger even than Sony, so Nintendo is extremely unlikely to go digital only for the Switch 2, even if this would seem to make sense for a portable machine. Indeed, VGC's report included the detail that the new console will have a cartridge slot for physical releases. This is as close to a dead cert as we will get with the Switch 2, as it also happens to support the machine having the same or similar form factor as the Switch, as well as increasing the likelihood of backwards compatibility. So yeah, very unlikely that it's going to be digital only. And then how powerful will it be? Will it be able to play the new AAA games? So thanks to Microsoft's legal wrangles over its acquisition of Activision Blizzard and reports of demos given by Nintendo to partners at Gamescom, we are beginning to get a sense of how capable the Switch 2's hardware will be. So internal emails released as part of the FTC v Microsoft case revealed that Activision executives met with Nintendo in December 2022 to discuss the console and came away with the impression that performance would be close to Gen 8 platforms. In other words, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. If anything, the Gen 8 comparison sounds as though it might undersell the Switch 2's capabilities. According to Eurogamer and VGC's reporting on the behind closed doors Gamescom demos, Nintendo showed hardware targeting the specs of the console running the Matrix Awakens Unreal Engine 5 tech demo with ray tracing enabled and visuals comparable to Sony's and Microsoft's current gen consoles. This doesn't mean that the Switch 2 will be as powerful as a PlayStation 5 on Xbox Series X. Instead, Nintendo is likely using clever techniques to reduce the demand on a less powerful graphics processor. VGC reported that the demo ran using NVIDIA's advanced DLSS upscaling technology, which uses AI to upscale the resolution of the image, making it easier for developers to optimize performance and visuals on weather hardware by lowering the internal resolution settings. So, what games will be available for the Switch 2? And I mean, most of that obviously depends on backwards compatibility and stuff like that, but the foremost candidate for the Switch 2 launch game is probably Metroid Prime 4, a previously announced in-house Nintendo game. It's the only one without a suggestion of a release date, and Nintendo has been very quiet about it of late. Given that a release before the second half of 2024 seems unlikely, perhaps Nintendo will make a cross-gen release for the Switch and its successor, as it did with Breath of the Wild, which I think is what they're going to do for the next Pokemon game as well. I think they're going to make it available on both the new Switch and the old Switch. So obviously it will run a lot better on the new Nintendo Switch, but either way, I think they'll still do like a cross-gen thing. Other than Metroid Prime 4, there are two glaring gaps in Nintendo's lineup: a new Mario Kart 3D Super Mario game. Remember, it got, I don't want to say it got leaked, but there was a massive rumor saying that there was going to be like a big open world Mario game as like one of the launch titles as well. So yeah, it very well could be that as well. But that's kind of all of the latest stuff. This is like everything we know about the Switch now. And hopefully we get some sort of announcement about it soon. But either way, that is going to be everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do consider hitting the like button down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes. Leave a comment with your thoughts on everything we covered today. What do you think that these biodomes are going to be used for? And also, what are your thoughts on these crystallized things? And as well as that, what are your thoughts on all the Nintendo Switch 2 stuff as well? But yeah, that's everything from me. Have a great rest of your day. And until next time, peace.